Yep, I'm doing this video. Yep, the video. Is LeBron Natty, or is he basically just a Black Sam Sulek? I am not sure. Did he do it? Did he take steroids? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe he's just built like that. Maybe he's just a kid from Akron. Maybe he's just an Akron Hammer. Maybe he was Benjamin Buckets. I'm not sure. Whatever 50 names that Basketball Reference has for LeBron, I'm not sure if any of them includes a lethal injection of TRT or growth hormone therapy. I don't know. But I do know that if there was a year that LeBron took steroids, it will have to be 2012 to 2013. Because, listen, 2012 to 2013 LeBron wasn't just on steroids. Bro was on crack. What's up, YouTube? It is Drew, and today I am back with another video. I am back with the LeBron Natty or not video, but really this is just a LeBron 2012 to 2013 year in review. If you looked at the title and you thought it was a Natty or not review like I'm Greg Doucette, I'm sorry, buddy. You have become a victim to clickbait. I am very sorry. I'm okay. I'm not that sorry, but listen, I'll make it up to you. Listen. I am not P. Diddy. I am not Mr. Beast. I'm not going to be able to make it up to you financially. I'm not going to be able to intimidate you. Just stick around. That's all I'm going to say. That was some riz, I know. But yes, the 2012 to 2013 season, LeBron was on crack. I just want to preemptively apologize for the amount of glaze that I'm about to put into this video. I'm about to be glazing Le Poogie Bear more than Dunkin' Donuts Krispy Kreme and Instagram Reel comments all together in one. And I know y'all have seen the Instagram Reel comments. I know I'm not the only one. The glaze in this, if you are a LeBron hater, this might be a trigger warning. This might just be the last day that you will ever hear my voice again, because you might report me, block me, and pack me up. But listen, you are not sending me to Cuba with Tupac. And objectively, 2012 to 2013, Lil Pookie was going crazy. That's all I'm saying. LeBron was going crazy. Now hear me out. We have seen certain regular season players over the years that we probably will not ever see again. Cleveland, this is for you, LeBron James. Cleveland, no more Kyrie LeBron James. Steph Curry, 400 threes. Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, insane. Bald Michael Jordan, insane. Bald Kobe Bryant, insane. Bald Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, insane. There's certain NBA things that just cannot become overlooked regardless of the hate. And while I happen to be a LeBron fan, I am not a LeBron glazer. I am not a LeBron stan, but I'm about to be for the next 10 to 15 minutes. I'm sorry. So once again, I apologize. This is might be the worst thing that you've ever heard since Soul Train came out by YB and Namir. It might be the worst thing, but I'm sorry. So without further ado, just stick around. 2012 to 2013 LeBron James. While he may not have been Natty, he might have been Natty. I'm not sure. All I know is after the Cleveland Cavaliers era, bro put on some muscle. Bro put on some weight. Bro was filling out that jersey. He was not looking like the kid from Akron. He was looking like the grown man from Utah. And not that man from Utah. That is not what I'm talking about. I don't know. What do grown men look like in Utah? Bro was a grown man from Cleveland in general. Came off of just really having an amazing, outstanding MVP season for one. Beat the Thunder. Of course, they were a little bit young, but that Thunder team took out Kobe Bryant in the playoffs. They took out the Mavericks in the playoffs. You know, that Thunder team was nothing to be messed with. So LeBron, coming off one of the greatest seasons of his life, what does he do? He starts the next season just balling for no reason. This version of LeBron puts 99.9% of NBA players in history to shame. This version of LeBron is in contention with Wilt, is in contention with Kareem, MJ, blah, blah, blah. You name it, this version of LeBron is ridiculous. But this version of LeBron, for one, in the regular season, he almost had a perfect season, right? Until Gasol brother just decided to ruin it all. How in the world did Marc Gasol, an NBA center who didn't even make first team all defense, win Defensive Player of the Year over 2012 to 2013 LeBron James? I just want to know that. LeBron was so cracked in this year, he was so roided in this year that the NBA could not let him win Defensive Player of the Year as well. For one, if you look at all of the stats, mind you, LeBron is a small forward and Marc Gasol is a center. His defensive duties are a lot more simpler than LeBron's defensive duties. LeBron is tasked with guarding 1 through 5. Marc Gasol 4 and 5. He does not have to guard ones, right? They had the same exact rebound percentage, which basically just means the percentage of rebounds you are responsible for when you are on the court. LeBron is shorter than Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol is a center. Marc Gasol's job is to rebound. LeBron did that job. That's one. Two, Marc Gasol averaged 1.7 blocks per game as a center. That's respectable. It's very good, right? But LeBron averaged 0.9, basically 1 block a game as a small forward. That is not his responsibility. Marc Gasol, 1 steal per game, which I'm not going to knock. LeBron, 1.7 steals per game. Marc Gasol, 7.8 rebounds per game. LeBron, 8 rebounds per game, the majority of them being defensive rebounds. LeBron's defensive rebound percentage was much higher than Marc Gasol's defensive rebound percentage. And then if you want to go even more advanced, LeBron only had 0.7 less defensive win shares than Marc Gasol. Mind you, defensive win shares would probably favor big men. So if Marc Gasol, who is leading the league in defensive win shares as a center, right, at 5.4 defensive win shares, is only 0.7 over LeBron, doesn't even win first team all defense, and is literally being competed with in categories that a center should dominate in by a small forward, you're gonna tell me that he is Defensive Player of the Year? Huh? What in the Thanos happened? Did bro just turn on the reality stone and all the NBA execs and voters and whatever decided that LeBron could not do this? LeBron could not have the perfect NBA season, because once he had it, listen, at this point, the LeBron and MJ debates at the time, nah. Remember at the time, the debates, everything, all that, it was getting toxic out here. You think today Instagram comment section is toxic? Yes, everybody's talking about a glorious king this, glorious king that. Back then, LeBron was getting dragged on the internet for free. For free. All because of the MJ debates, all because people did not want to let go of their Pookie MJ. And that is what happened, right? So don't try to tell me that Marc Gasol, and I love Marc Gasol. I love the Gasol brothers. They do amazing things. Marc Gasol is a future Hall of Famer. He had a great career. They are probably the greatest brother-to-brother duo in NBA history, right? But what logic does it make? Like, is 2 bigger than 3 now? Because if you're on the second team all defensive, is first team, like, might as well give it to the first team all defensive center then. Because what? I'm done glazing on Defensive Player of the Year right now. I just needed to start off with that. But in the regular season, he won the MVP. So he got that. He got first team all NBA. And unlike Marc Gasol, he got first team all defensive. So he did his part. He almost had a perfect season. I'm sorry I'm glazing. I told y'all that I'm gonna glaze. If you are still on this video, you either just want to hear me glaze or you like my voice. And listen, my number, okay, I'm not giving you my number. But anyways, in the regular season as well, LeBron was just doing some crazy things. So I want you to put this into perspective. Come in close, real close. So game score is a metric that decides and rates how well a game was in the history of games, right? I believe the highest game score is over 60, and that is by Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan has the highest game score in NBA history. A game score over 30 is an outstanding game. A game score over 40, historic. 50, even more historic. 60, exceptional, right? Like, only a handful of players have done that. Okay, now Kobe. In the 2012 to 2013 NBA season, the amount of games that Kobe had an over 30 game score in is 7. The amount of games that Carmelo Anthony had with a game score over 30 was 6. The amount of games that Kevin Durant had with a game score over 30 was 7. Do you want to know how much LeBron had in that season? LeBron had 14 games. 14 games where he had over 30 as a game score. And he had the highest game score out of those players in a game against Sacramento, which we'll talk about in a little bit. LeBron had so many games with a game score over 30 that you could combine Kobe and KD their amount of game scores over 30, and it would still equal LeBron's. Kobe Bryant and Kevin Durant in the 2012 to 2013 season. These players were the league leaders in scores. These players were considered the best of the best at the time. Kobe, Melo, and KD. People don't give Melo his credit. At the time, we all remember Melo was him. Kobe, Melo, and KD. And LeBron basically doubled their performances. That's pretty much what this is. It's not even glaze. This is just crazy, honestly. Then in the regular season, LeBron averages 26.8 points per game, which is 4th in the league. He averages 8 rebounds per game, which is 21st in the league. He averages 7.3 assists per game. That is 10th in the league. 1.7 steals per game, 11th in the league. A block a game, I'm gonna call 0.9 blocks a game a block. I'm sorry for rounding. He shot 56.5% from the field, which is just laughable at that point. 56.5% from the field. That was 5th in the league. I want you to put that into perspective. Think of all of the best field goal percentage scorers. What do they happen to be? They happen to be big men. Why is that? Because big men largely play around the rim. They shoot around the rim. They primarily shoot layups, backboard jump shots, hook shots, right? LeBron is up there with big men. Oh, speaking of jump shots, LeBron shot 40.6% from 3 that year as well. Like, what do you do? Like, before this, the narrative was going around that LeBron could not shoot, right? Everybody was like, oh,
LeBron can't shoot threes. Leave him open on the 3. That's his weakness.
And then he comes out and just shoots 40.6% from 3. Like, what do you do with that? You can't do anything. And then, oh, now you want to force him to drive. You want to force him to shoot a mid-range. It's 56.5%. It's like, pick your poison. Bro is out there built like Hulk with the efficiency of Kevin Durant and the passing accuracy of Magic Johnson with the rebounding ability of a modern age big man. That is basically what was going on this year. And honestly, it's just laughable. It's honestly laughable because what? And then on top of that, he was playing 37.9 minutes per game, which I know seems like a lot, especially in the context of today's game. But that was 8th in the league. And to put that in perspective, KD and Kobe played more minutes per game than him, right? And barely had higher average points per game than him. So imagine if LeBron had more minutes, as many minutes as them, and then on top of that had the same usage. LeBron in that regular season, he had a usage rate of 30.2%, right? His usage rate at the time will be tied for 14th in the league in 2024 with Cade Cunningham.
For real though, I can't wait to see you at draft night, Daddy.
Come on,
I can't wait to see you at draft night, Daddy.
Cade Cunningham, the same usage rate as Cade Cunningham, the 14th highest usage rate if it was 2024. Now, at the time in 2012 to 2013 season, his usage rate was 4th. Theoretically, if he was 1st in usage rate, we probably would have seen some more BS. He probably would have averaged 30. He probably would have had 9 assists a game. He probably would have had 9 rebounds a game. It would have been even worse. And then going more into these advanced stats, he played 76 out of 82 games. He had a 31.6 player efficiency rating, which was the league high and is the 12th all-time highest PER in the NBA and ABA history. In modern day basketball in 2024, that would be the 3rd highest PER in the league, which is insane that Embiid and Jokic are higher than him, but that puts it into perspective. Then he had an 11.7 box plus minus. There's not the traditional plus minus that you're thinking of where, oh, when a player's on the floor, their team outscores the other team by this. That is not what box plus minus is. Box plus minus is a little bit more intense. It is an estimate on average out of 100 possessions, how many points better a person is over the average player. LeBron's average box plus minus was 11.7. A historic, like, all NBA box plus minus ranges around 5. So LeBron's box plus minus was double that. Was over double that. And then on top of that, he had 19.3 win shares, which was easily a league high at the time and is 21st all time in the NBA and ABA. He was 7th in defensive win shares at that time in the season. He was 1st in offensive win shares, and then he was 5th in defensive box plus minus. Is LeBron number 1 in most of these categories? Not necessarily, no. But the fact that he is at the very minimum top 20 and in the majority of these top 5 in a bunch of different categories that just range across different positions, pause, in this day and age just says a lot, because he's doing everything on the court at an all NBA, all time, all level rate. And mind you, you could find other seasons. 2012 to 2013 LeBron is not the only season that this applies to. I will promise you that. Just know that LeBron should probably have 6 MVPs. Yes, we finished that part of the glaze. Now let's look at some of his best performances that really showed why LeBron this season had everybody thinking that he was taking steroids, because I don't blame them, honestly. Miami at OKC. LeBron goes off for 39 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and he shoots 4 for 8 from 3. Then on top of that, he shoots 58.3% from the field, plays for 40 minutes, and then has a 19.6 box plus minus and a 33.5 game score. Then against Detroit, he has a 35-point outing, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 6 steals, 1 block, 68.2% from the field, shooting 2 of 4 from the 3-point line, and a 34.2 game score. Oh, and he did all of this on 29.6% usage. Then when they played Portland, LeBron goes off for 30 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. He shoots 7 of 8 from the free throw line, which we know LeBron is not a great free throw shooter. He shot 7 for 8 from the free throw line. He shot 73.3% from the field. He only missed 4 shots that game. He had 1 turnover the whole game, had a 35 game score, had a 21.7 box plus minus, in 39 minutes of play. Oh, and his true shooting percentage was 81%. And guess what his usage rate? It was 25.5%. Then you go to Charlotte game, where Miami was playing Charlotte. He had 32 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists, 3 steals, 3 blocks. He only missed 3 shots, and he did all of this without making a single 3. He only shot 1 3 the whole game. He was 10 of 11 free throws. 10 of 11, LeBron James. And he did this over 34 minutes. In this game, he had a 36.7 game score. He had a 25.8 box plus minus. His defensive rating, mind you, the lower the defensive rating is, the better. The league average, I believe this year, is like around 110 defensive rating, right? He had a 74 defensive rating in this game. He had a 62.3% assist percentage. Tyrese Halliburton this year is averaging like a 50% assist percentage. He had a 6.6 block percentage in this game. Chet Holmgren this year has a 7.8% block percentage. And he did this with an 85% true shooting percentage, bro. He missed only 3 shots. Then Miami at Lakers. He goes for 39 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, 68% from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 42 minutes played, and a 36.9 game score. When they play Sacramento, LeBron explodes for 40 points, 8 rebounds, 16 assists, 2 steals, a block. He only had 2 turnovers as well. Over the span of all that, 16 assists, only 2 turnovers. He shot 61% from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 11 of 12 from the free throw line in 48 minutes. And this was a double overtime thriller. 44.2 game score with a usage rate under 30. In all of his top regular season games, his usage rate did not surpass 35% once. Embiid is averaging a usage rate of 38%. In LeBron's top games, he didn't surpass 35% once. And that is absurd. Also, this is at a time when 40-point games were still relatively rare. And I wish y'all could understand the magnitude of the majority of these stats, because they were just unseen and unheard of at the time. We just finished the glazing part of the regular season. Now we're going to get into some hard times. Yes, there was some very treacherous times for the glazers out there. All the glazers out there. I know it was very toxic. It's very saddening, a little bit of that run. LeBron nearly, for one, gets the clean sweep. He nearly has the perfect season. That's part 1 of the glaze sadness, right? Part 2 will not come for a little bit. But they get to the playoffs, and they completely wipe the floor with the Bucks, right? They play the Bucks in the first round. They win every single game of that series by double digits. They 4-0 them. you know, there's no need to even talk about that. LeBron over that series averaged 24.5 points a game, 7.8 rebounds a game, 6.8 assists per game, a steal per game, and shot 63% from the field while only playing 37 minutes per game. Then second round against the Bulls. After a defeat in the first game, the Heatles just wiped the Bulls the next 4 games. They won 4 straight games. LeBron averaged 23.6 points a game, 6.6 rebounds, 7 assists, 2.2 steals, and shot 35% from the 3, over 41.6 minutes played per game. Then on top of that, after their first loss, they won that second game by 37 points. They won the third game by 10 points. Then they won the fourth game by 23 points. Now this is where the struggles really start to begin. Against the Pacers, yes, this is the Paul George era Pacers before his ankle got torn in the I don't even know that. Like that it snapped like a twig. That was scary, right? Before that happened, you know, before Twitter was out here a place for Instagram bots, this was a hood classic. And a hood classic before another hood classic was just about to happen with the Spurs, but I'm not even gonna get into that just yet. We saw the rise of Paul George. I believe this was Paul George's first All-Star season, and he did not disappoint by any means. He was battling LeBron, the Pacers. That Pacers team, George Hill, Roy Hibbert, PG, Lance, took the series to 7 games, right? LeBron over that series averaged 23.4 points a game, 7.3 rebounds per game, 5.3 assists per game, 1.4 steals per game, 1.4 blocks per game. He shot 44% from the 3, 51% from the field, and played over 43 minutes a game. So bro was getting it in. He was getting it in. And in the games they won, outside of game 1, the Heat won every game by double digits, right? It's just that they did not win a single even game. So they won game 1, lost game 2, won game 3, lost game 4, won game 5, lost game 6. Comes down to game 7, they win. They still managed to win the series 4 of 3, backed behind an impressive game 7 performance from LeBron, in which he shot 15 of 16 from the free throw line. Pacers were really challenging them. This was the hardest the Heat have been challenged all season. Remember, the Heat had been on a 20-plus game win streak. Everything was going right for them. They looked like they were about to just run through the playoffs, right? And that was just a sign of the times only getting tougher. Because then they run into the Greg Popovich Spurs. Mind you, everybody's on their way out the league on that team for the most part. Yes, well, okay, not everybody, you know, but the majority of those cats are on their way out the league, right? Tim Duncan is going to retire in the next 3 years. Manu is getting old. Tony getting old, right? There's just a lot of things on that team that says that the Heat should probably win that series. And that series did not go how anybody thought that it would go. For one, this was Kawhi Leonard's second year. And let me tell you, Kawhi Leonard gave LeBron some problems. Over the first 3 games in that Spurs series, right? LeBron played some of the worst basketball he's ever played. It was on the likes of 2011 LeBron finals. For one, LeBron had an average game score of 16.2. That is terrible. That is really bad. That is just like they reduced LeBron to like an average 6th man. He averaged 16.7 points a game. He shot 23% from the 3. He shot 39% from the field. Mind you, his regular season averages were 56% from field, 40% from the 3. In fact, LeBron didn't even shoot a single free throw in that third game. LeBron only averaged 2 free throw attempts a game in that 3-game stretch. But in those last 4 games, for one, his game score finally shot back up to the highest it had been throughout that whole playoff series, right? He averaged 32 points a game. That is double what he was averaging in the first 3 games, bro. He averaged 9.8 rebounds a game. He averaged 6.8 assists per game. He averaged 2.75 steals a game. Had a resurgence at the free throw line. Now he had 8 free throw attempts a game. And then he was shooting 48% from the field once again. And he was shooting 43% from 3 once again. So in those last 4 games, LeBron locked in. Bro, you know that meme where they be like, when the game started to get serious and he started to scoot forward? That's what LeBron did in those last 4 games. 2013 LeBron. And yes, I know we all hear about the shot. We all hear about James, No good. Rebound Bosh, back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! And yes, it's extraordinary. Without Ray Allen doing that, they have no chance. Of course, you know, the Spurs have been up 3-2. That game made it 3-3. Without Ray Allen hitting the game-tying three-point shot, without Chris Bosh getting that rebound and it going to overtime, that would have been a very large blemish on his legacy because he had not been having a great series. Imagine how much of a hard-on Skip Bayless would have after that game. I just want you to imagine that, and it didn't happen. So I understand all the sentiment. Ray Allen saved his career. No, he did not, though. Because the only reason why the Heat were in that game is because LeBron scored 13 of the first 22 fourth quarter points for the Heat. He had 16 fourth quarter points. Yes, he did not make the last shot, but he was the main reason why they were in that game and why they were even in the position to win that game. And then game 7 has a masterpiece of a performance. 37 points. Game 7, 37 points. He has 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. You want to know what he shot from 3? He shot 50% from 3. He made 5 threes in game 7. He made 5 threes in game 7. And then he also shot 52% from the field. 2013 LeBron was just different. Was bro on steroids? He could have been. He might have been. He almost had a perfect season. First team all defense. First team all NBA. MVP. Champion. Finals MVP. Did not get that defensive player of the year. But still, 2012 to 2013 LeBron. The one player that really made fans question, what does he put in his protein shake? And I'm here to address it. So I appreciate y'all for watching this video, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. I had a fun time making this build, or I said build, bro. I'm having PTSD flashbacks. I had a fun time making this video. You know, thank y'all for watching. If y'all still here, until then, I'm out. Peace.